Peter Parker is gone. This is a story about those left behind. This is a story about those willing to take on the webbed mantle in Pete's absence. And frankly, this is a story about the last person you'd think would carry on the wall crawler's legacy. It's an otherwise ordinary day in New York, but not for J. Jonah Jameson. Something weighs heavy on his mind as he makes his way to his office at the Daily Bugle.
See you tomorrow, Mr. Jameson.
I like facts. Simple truth, even if it's messy. I get queasy when someone tries shoving falsehoods down my throat.
Jonah continues to trudge along, giving anyone he passes along a detached grunt whenever they try to make small talk.
Spider-Man has been on a tear. Different, violent flavor, but a menace once more. I can almost swallow that one. But Peter Parker has cut everyone who cares for him out of his life, including May. That's a bridge too far.
As if Peter's disappearance wasn't already a problem big enough to dampen Jonah's day, a voice inside his office makes the Bugle bigwig realize things might just take a turn for the worse.
Pardon the intrusion, Jonah.
What in the blue blazes?
Because sitting in front of his desk is the last person you'd think to take on the web slinger's mantle. The same man making rounds in the news as New York's newest Spider-Man, and the same man who was once Peter's greatest enemy, Norman Osborn.
Can we talk? I have no one else.
That's my chair.
Yes, apologies for the blood. I'll have it cleaned. Or you can burn it and I'll buy you one that doesn't smell of cigars and depression. You have questions.
So many. Top of the list. Have you lost your damn mind again, Norman?
I was hoping you'd help me ascertain that, Jonah.
Somewhere else, deep in New York's sewer systems, Ben Ulrich, the man who was once the supervillain known as the Goblin King, is accosted by robotic pursuers. Back at the Daily Bugle, Jonah and Norman share a drink as the two old men begin to converse about Mr. Osborn's new role in the Marvel Universe.
God, at least that crazy lunatic we had on the show wasn't right. Incursions, idiot. Have you told May?
She doesn't much care for me. Also, I have nothing better than a clone is impersonating your nephew because he's disappeared off of the face of the earth.
Doesn't really sing, does it? If you wanted to fill the idiots in tights vacuum, weren't you the Gilded Goblin or something? What's all this?
The million-dollar question.
And it's here we learn just how important a role Peter has played in the lives of these two old men. It's a relationship that goes beyond the trite hero versus villain trope. As Norman puts it,
We have both hated him. We've both become trusted allies. And forgive me if this goes too far. I believe we've both come to love him like a son, as best as men like us can, but I've never understood him. Have you?
Jonah ponders Norman's words for a second, but he doesn't deny he's right about what Norman just told him. In fact, Jonah couldn't agree more.
Oh, not really. For all the hell we put him through, and we put him through more than his fair share. Peter never gave up on the possibility that we could be better.
Better. Saved. Redeemed.
And so, Jonah offers a toast to the disappeared Spider-Man. But Norman doesn't raise his glass just yet. Because for his part, Norman has misgivings about taking on the legacy of the same superhero who had once been his most hated enemy.
Even when he's baffling in his naivete, Peter's hope springs eternal. We're better men for knowing him. That's for damn sure.
Is it? When I realized that Ben Reilly was pretending to be Peter, I spent a week surveilling him. When it was obvious that Ben was just playing house, I did not aim my ample resources searching for Peter. I made a costume and tried to replace him. At best, I am an egotistical fool. At worst, this is a psychotic fixation. Likely both.
To that, Jonah has one rhetorical question for the former Green Goblin of Earth 616.
You think Peter doesn't know what a royal screw-up you are, Norman?
In another part of the city, several of Peter's closest spider-themed pals attempt to hunt down Norman. After all, they can't just have a Brillo, pad-haired menace tarnishing Peter's good name. While at another part of the metropolis, Dr. Ashley Kafka, who once was a supervillain in her own right known as the Queen Goblin, finds herself ambushed by the same bots that had attacked Ben Ulrich earlier. Inside Jonah's office, he and Norman can't hide the fact that they sorely miss the superhero they had deemed as a thorn on their sides for so long. That's not to mention we learn Jonah's exact feelings about the web slinger after all this time.
Of all the psychopaths who've knit up a fancy pair of pajamas and set out to make the world a better place, Captain America is the best to ever do it. Full stop. However, Peter Parker's a close second, and he did it through puberty, which counts for a lot. But the price he's paid for that underappreciated accomplishment is to be a perpetual screw-up. He's eviscerated career after career, blown up his relationships. Hell, he's put his beloved on in the hospital more times than I can count, all because somewhere in this god-forsaken city, strangers needed his help.
And it's here he gives Norman a definitive answer to what he thinks about him putting on the trademark red, black, and blues to carry on Peter's legacy.
You've made a suit. You've gone out and done some good, in your own way. And you're wondering why you feel like you're losing your mind. Congratulations, Norman. You now know exactly how it feels to be Spider-Man.
Still, Jonah knows there's something missing with Norman's whole new spider shtick.
But instead of moping around or questioning his sanity, Peter makes jokes.
Stupid, infuriating jokes.
The two men can toast to that.
To perpetual screw-ups.
Amen.
Jonah and Norman finish their drinks. New York's newest spider hero bids the Bugle publisher farewell, but Jonah has some parting words for the man when he notices Norman still isn't fully convinced that he's doing some good in the world, that he's honoring Peter's legacy.
Thank you, Jonah. I'm serious about the chair. Just send me a bill.
I'll keep the chair. Makes for a good story. I'll fleece you on the carpet, though. Norman, I still don't know if you're a maniac or up to something, but if Peter trusts you, it's because he believes you have the capacity to be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. That's enough for me. I hope it's enough for you, too.
So do I, Jonah.
Somewhere else, Ned Leeds, who in a past life was the supervillain named the Hobgoblin, is set upon by the same robotic attackers that ambushed both Ben Ulrich and Ashley Kafka. Later that day, Norman, dressed as Spider-Man, swings around the city with a newfound sense of hope and confidence that he's doing the right thing.
I swing through the night even though my arms burn and my back spasms. Without ever having discussed it, I know that Peter has done this. The air tastes different, present and future clearer, along with my head. I may never understand what drives Peter, but I do know one thing. I am a little better today than I was yesterday. For today, that's enough.
Little does Norman know that his new convictions might be tested sooner than he expected, as he hears Ashley's voice in his office.
Norman, they're hunting the goblins. They're hunting us.
That's all for this video, guys. We hope you loved it. What would you do if you found out your favorite superhero just up and vanished one day? Better yet, which superhero would you miss if they suddenly disappeared? Let's talk about it in the comments section below. And as always, please don't forget to give us a like, share, and subscribe to our channel with your notifications turned on for more. If you like this video, then we're sure you're going to love the next one. So, feel free to check it out as well. We'll see you next time. Take care.